So yesterday, as I filmed this, was the last day of the Ryder Cup, the U.S. versus Europe golf tournament. And the U.S. made a miracle comeback on the final day. They still needed a few more wins. This guy, Russell Henley, number 3 in the world, was up by a hole with 2 to go. All he had to do was make a fairly routine putt on the 17th hole. He would have won the match, put the U.S. even closer to this miracle. He missed that putt. Fairly low pressure compared to some of the other guys that had to make much bigger stuff because he still would have tied the hole. He goes on to the 18th, has another fairly routine putt that would have won it all. Well, not would have won it, put the U.S. much closer, and he missed that as well. And the U.S. went on to lose. They might have lost anyway, but I sadly place a huge amount of blame on that guy, and I can't even imagine trying to sleep last night if I was him or waking up this morning. And I bring it up to say, compared to that, who cares? You know, I do say it all the time, and it's so true. You know, look at Tiger Woods, just another coincidence, golf reference. But when his wife chased him down the driveway, I think with a golf club, did he drive into a hydrant or something? You know, for having an affair, maybe multiple. And then he had to face the world. He's faced the world several times after controversial stuff, driving off the highway, getting pulled over, being out of his mind on pain meds, apparently. I mean, all separate incidents. And he does it. I mean, I'd be embarrassed to face my neighbors if any of those things happened. At least I would have in the past. Now, again, I just say, who cares? I've already done videos in this, but I can't hammer it home enough. We all care too much. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. You know, yesterday, went to my quasi-cousin's house, had a family gathering, hadn't seen a lot of his family in up to 10 years. And I initially was starting to feel a little bit of that pressure to make conversation. You know, I saw his mother, my quasi-aunt. I was helping her in from her car. I thought about making conversation. I said, I didn't. I said, you know what? Let me leave it to her. And guess what? She didn't either. It was quite a battle. No, I don't think she even gave it a second thought. I think she was more focused on even just getting into the house. And it was great. And that continued the rest of the day. That side, and they're not blood relatives, thus quasi, they're good friends of the family. You know, they don't have the I don't know what their background is, but it can't be Irish. Because they definitely do not feel that pressure to make conversation. And I love it. They really seem to embrace the old don't speak unless you can improve on the silence. So it was great. You know, we definitely did catch up and make some convo, but we played cribbage a lot. But even during that, no pressure at all. And had a great time. Great time. Might have been redefined fun. You know, part of it in cribbage, you have a board where you have to peg as you get points. And I called my sister, giving us an extra point. She and I were teammates. And I said, hey, Christy, we only got 2 there, not 3. And she was like, oh, without my reading glasses. And I go, oh, my God, I thought it was just me. My eyes were particularly fuzzy yesterday due to my allergies. But it was a little hard to see for the first time. I was like, wow, are we at that point? We even need reading glasses to be able to peg holes in cribbage. But we did. But got a hearty laugh out of that. And a grand old time. I was elated when I got home. Just catching up with people in a sober environment. Few of them had beers, and all I did was wonder, what is the point? You know, as we Alkies always say, what is the point of a few beers? What is that going to do other than just make you tired? Yeah, it'll give you that little hit for initially, but then what? I do want to say to my quasi-cousin Chris, like, have you considered NA? Because I said it to another friend who's a normal drinker, and he's like, you know, I really haven't. And now he's loving them. I say they taste just like regular beer without the annoying buzz. Even if you like the buzz, this was the middle of the afternoon. So he had to be tired from it last night. I don't know. I don't get it. On the flip side, not a big pot drinker, but I used to be pot smoker, but I used to be able to take one hit of pot and be good all day. So maybe that's how these normal drinkers are, but I still think it's absolutely fascinating. I, in the end, actually got a little over-caffeinated. I still feel like, even without pressure, that I need something to keep me going. So you know what I drink? A couple glasses of Diet Coke. Before I know it, kicked in my ADD to the point I couldn't even count. I was making math mistakes playing cribbage. Bad combo, over-caffeinated with the ADD mind, at least when it comes to me. So I guess that's it. Another theme of just who cares, and a great day thanks to not feeling any social pressure. All right, that'll do it. Stronger Sober. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks.